Welcome back to Dunkirk Dunes. This is our BBR4 game that we're going to go ahead and start. And I guess I drew Germany, so I get to start it off. The first thing I guess I should say is maybe I'll just tell you who's playing. So it's me. I'm playing Germany. Hambone is playing Japan. And we're facing off against VK Cowboy, who's playing US and Commonwealth. And G.I. Joe is playing UK and Russia. I believe I've got that right. So anyway, top of round one here. And all the major countries are advancing their tech. And so maybe I'll just kind of show you the new tech board I got here. So we've got Germany and Japan, got their techs there, top secret. And of course the allied techs, which I actually don't know what they are, but that's okay, they're top secret. So they are in phase one to start out anyway. And each one of those has opted to spend the 4 IPCs to go ahead and advance their tech to the next step. So, so Germany, I have 30 IPCs to spend, and here's what I'm going to do with it. Of course, I'm spending 4 to advance my tech. I am buying a fighter for 10. I'm buying a strategic bomber for 12, and then I've got 4 left over that I'm going to carry over. Make sure I did the math right there. Yes, I believe that adds up to 30. Okay, so then we get into combat moves. So I've got several attacks here. Of course, going into France, going into southern France, going into C-Zone 110, going into C-Zone 111. We'll see. I'm probably spreading myself a little thin on some of these, but we'll see how they go. Going into 106, going into Yugoslavia, and then of course we're going to non-combat into Bulgaria and Finland as well. We're also doing a strategic bombing raid on the factory in London itself. So maybe I think technically we're just supposed to start with maybe the strategic bombing raid. And G.I. Joe has opted to intercept, and so I can just kind of show you what I'm coming in here with. Maybe I'll take this off the tripod. I think I can get closer up that way. So these 2 bombers that are in Germany are, of course, leaving from Germany. They're following the yellow arrows here that I've got out. So 1 into 113, 2 into 112, 3 into 110, 4 into London to actually make the bombing raid. And so they're going to have 2 left after they bomb the factory there. So I'm just going to go ahead and where should I put them? So we've got 2 bombers. We also have a fighter escort. I also marked him with yellow arrows. He's leaving from Holland, and he's going to go 1 into 110, 2 into London, and then he will also, of course, have 2 left. So there's the 2 bombers and the escort. They all have 2 left. Okay, so maybe I'd get rid of that now. Get rid of that. Okay, so because G.I. Joe opted to send up his 3 fighters to intercept, we're going to have an air battle. So he's got 3 fighters, and I've got a fighter and my 2 bombers. And so what we do is we just roll 1 round of combat. All planes roll at 1. So Let's see. Hi, Katie.
Okay, pause.
You want to be on the video?
Always.
Here, I'll pause it for you. Okay. Katie took the last $6 out of my wallet. She's going to Arctic Circle with her mom. So, we're gonna roll this this air battle here. So, we're gonna have 3 on 3, and I guess I just have to decide. I mean, typically we roll attacker first. So I'm gonna roll three at 1 for the attacker. That would be me, and then I'll roll 3 for the defender after that. So this is for German rolling here. I got a hit. Okay. There. Okay, so there's 1 hit. Okay. So one of those fighters is going to get shot down. Now here are the 3 interceptors. They got nothing. Okay. I like how this is starting out. Okay. So 1 fighter has been shot down, and G.I. Joe, you can tell me if I pick wrong. It's either going to be a British fighter or a French fighter, and I'm guessing that you'd probably lose the French fighter. If I'm wrong on that, just let me know. We'll adjust it. So now we go ahead to the bombing rate itself, but before that, or kind of the start of that, is the factory has built-in anti-aircraft fire. So they're going to roll 2 to try and shoot down my 2 bombers. So hoping nothing here. Okay, good. Good, clean. No hits. Okay, then each bomber gets to roll a die, and we add 2 to the value rolled, and that's going to be the damage done to the factory. Okay, so I rolled a 3 and a 2, so that's 5. And then we're going to add a total of 4 more, 2 for each bomber. So that's 5 plus 4 means 9 damage. Okay, so we have done 9 damage to the factory in London. I'm just going to pause this and grab some chips to put under that. Okay, so I've done that. So I put 9 chips worth of damage under the factory there in London. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so I can go ahead, I guess, and pull out these yellow arrows. That's that. And then, of course, all 3 of these planes here have 2 left. Okay. So let's go on to battle number 2. Maybe we'll just do this. So in C-Zone 106, and I think I already stated what all the battles are. Of course, they're all marked on the board, but we're just going to go through them one at a time. So in C-Zone 106, this submarine from 117 is coming down. So that's 1. This submarine in 118 is going 1 into 117 and 2 into 106. Okay. So what we have here is we've got a Commonwealth destroyer and a transport. So the destroyer is going to negate the target select surprise strike ability of the subs. They're just going to roll just normal dice at 2. Okay, so let's see if we can get a hit. So I've got 2 submarines rolling at 2, and I'm using Young Grasshopper's battle dice, so that's green dice. Okay, I missed. There's nothing there. Okay, so he's going to roll 1 at 2 for his destroyer. It also missed. Okay, I'm going to roll my subs again. 2 subs at 2. I got a hit. You can see if I can get the glare to go away there. Okay, so that is a hit, but the destroyer does get to fire back, and it's a miss. Okay, so the destroyer is going to come off because it has to be hit first. Transport can't be hit first. And then the remaining transport is just going to be an auto kill. It's just going to die. So that's going to take care of that battle. Okay. Let's see what we got next here. So maybe the next battle we'll do is, maybe we'll do C-Zone 110. So C-Zone 110, I have one submarine from 103 is going into 104 and then into 110. And then the submarine in 108 is going 104 and then into 110. So I have two submarines coming into that battle. And then I also have, I sent him a list of this, and I hope I can remember exactly. I'm just going off memory now. I wish I could pull up the text and actually look at it, but I believe what I had told him I was going to be doing is the battleship is coming in there. So the battleship in 113 is going to go 1 into 112, 2 into 110. So that's these red arrows. Battleship. Okay. And then we also have planes coming in. And the planes that are coming in, okay, I think what I told him is that it's this tactical bomber from Germany is going to go 1 into Western Germany, 2 into Holland, 3 into 110. And so he's this guy here that's got 1 left. He's going to have to land in Holland. Okay. And then also this tactical bomber. Yeah, I think I'm remembering this right. This tactical bomber that's already in Western Germany is going to come 1 into 112, 2 into 110, and then because he left from an air base, he's got 3 left, so he's got lots of options as far as where he wants to land. This plane fighter right here, also from leaving from Western Germany, same route. I think I can take those arrows out of there now. Okay, so I think I've done that correctly. I think that's what I wrote I was doing. If I messed that up and it's not consistent with what I told you, I apologize. I'm going off memory. So what we've got there is we've got the 2 subs at 2. We've got the battleship at 4. We've got 2 tactical bombers, which I get to decide if I'm going to target select or what I'm going to do that. But I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use them as target select. So they're going to be at 3s. Okay, so I think that's what I've got. And the defenders are, of course, the 2 cruisers and the battleship. And I know I had a question on combined arms. I was wondering if both cruisers roll at 4. But we'll see what happens. It may not matter if target select is successful. So, and there is no destroyer present, so my subs also get a target select. So let me just pause this and grab some dice. Okay, so I've grabbed my dice here. Here's what I'm going to do for the target select. I'm going to target 1 sub and 1 tactical on each of the cruisers. Okay? And then, other than that, I've of course got a fighter and I've got the battleship. So maybe I'll go ahead and roll the target select. So this will be for the first cruiser, and we'll just call it for the British cruiser. There's misses there. Okay, so the British cruiser survives the target select. This will be for the French cruiser. Double hit. I should have done it differently. But anyway, so the French cruiser is going to come right off the board. Okay. And then we're going to have the fighter and the battleship. Oh, you know what? I forgot to roll AAA for the battleship. I'll roll this and then I'll roll the AAA, and that may change things though. But okay, I would have gotten 2 hits there with my fighter and that. But let's roll the AAA, because that should have happened first. I should have rolled the AAA first. There is a hit there. Okay, so that, you know what? Maybe I'll do. Trying to think what the fairest way to do this may be. I think the AAA, I would have taken my fighter anyway, and if we just go with what I had rolled, you know, before that. So I rolled a sub and a tactical and missed against the British cruiser, and then I rolled another pair of the sub and the tactical against the French cruiser, and I got actually enough hits to sink the thing. And then I I rolled, you know, the 4 and the 3. I shouldn't really have rolled the 3, and I got 2 hits, but I shouldn't have really rolled the 3. So I guess we could just, if you're okay with it, I could call that 1 additional hit. And I think what you would probably do is take that as a damage on the battleship. Let me just pause this and grab a damage marker. Okay, I'm thinking you'd probably take that damage on the battleship so that the cruiser is there a little longer. I mean, it's always hard to kind of pick these kind of things, order of casualties. I hope I'm choosing what you would choose. If not, let me know. We can adjust things. But so now we would go into second round, and so there's still no destroyer present. I have my 2 submarines. They do get a target select then, so I think what I'm going to do, I guess I should roll them separately. I'm going to roll the first one. I'm thinking if I should target the cruiser on both of them. Maybe I should do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to roll them together, and they're both targeting the cruiser. So here's both submarines targeting the cruiser. Okay, one of them got a hit. So that would pull the cruiser off. But I still haven't rolled for you yet, have I? I'm so messed up on this. Okay, let me back up. So what let's roll for you. So you're going to get 2 4s. Let's roll your 2 4s for your battleship and your cruiser. Okay, there is 1 hit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to, should I damage the battleship or sink a submarine? I think I'll sink a submarine. Okay, submarine's gone. Okay, so now we're going to roll for my sub. So let me do that again. So here's my sub. It's a hit. Okay, so that is going to pull off the cruiser, and that was a surprise strike target select on the cruiser. Now I get to roll. I'm sorry this is such a clunky battle, guys. That's my fault. So I'm going to roll for my 2 tacticals and my battleship. So 2 3s and a 4. And there's plenty of hits there. And the damaged battleship would roll at a 2. And it also got a hit. Okay. So I think what I'll do is whether I want to lose that sub or damage the battleship. I'm thinking I'm going to damage the battleship. So I'm going to pull that off there and we'll put it on mine. Okay, so that battleship is gone. And I've got a damaged battleship there in 110, along with the submarine. Okay. And these tactical bombers, which you're going to need to land, and they have 3 left. I lost the fighter to the anti-aircraft fire. He was the one that had 1 left, so he's out of the picture. Okay, so we have done that battle. All right. So the next battle would be what's going on in 111. So let's look at 111. What I've got here is I've got this submarine in 124 is coming down straight into 111. And then this fighter from Norway is going 1 into 112, 2 into 111. So that's what these arrows here were for. So he's going to have 2 left. Okay, we'll just put him there. And then this destroyer in 113, he's going to come into that battle. So he's going 1 into whatever that is, 112, 2 into 111. Okay, that's his little route. And then these 3 planes, so I've got, they're all leaving from Western Germany. 2 tactical bombers and a fighter. Okay. And they're flying 1 into 112, 2 into 111. And so they're leaving from an air base. So they're going to have 3 movements left in their gas gauges. So all 3 of those planes have 3 left. And the one fighter from Norway has 2 left. Okay, I think I've done that right. Now this time, I'll remember, the battleship gets to fire 3 anti-aircraft shots. So let's go ahead and do that first. So battleship anti-aircraft shots. Here we go. There's a hit. Okay, so 1 hit. So again, I'm going to go ahead and lose plane. I'm going to lose this plane that had 2 left because he's just got a little less flexibility. So he's out of the picture. Okay. Now what I've got left, so there is a defending destroyer present. But so the sub doesn't get a surprise strike, but I have 2 tactical bombers and they get a surprise strike. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have both of them target. I could do 1 on the battleship and 1 on the cruiser, or I could do both on the cruiser. I think I'm going to do both on the cruiser. So let's go ahead and clear out the old dice. Okay, 2 surprise strikes on the British cruiser. Nothing. Those are 2 misses. Okay, so the other ships that I have, I've got the submarine, which I should, well, no, I don't have to roll it separately. There's no planes, no defending planes to hit. So I've got a sub at 2, I've got a fighter at 3, and I've got a destroyer at 2. So 2 2s and a 3. And let's see what we can get. Whoops. Here we go. Okay, there's 2 hits. Okay, so 2 hits. And how those would be taken, it's always a little bit of a guess. But I'm guessing what you would take is, I think you want to keep the cruiser there as long as you can. Maybe, but at the same time, the destroyer is helpful to prevent the sub from getting a target select. But he does only roll at a 2. So I'm trying to think what you would choose to do here. Let me just pause it while I grab a damage marker too. Okay, I think what you would choose, and again, if I'm wrong, we can adjust it if we need to, but I think what you would choose is to take damage that you would take one hit on the destroyer and the other hit on the battleship. And the reason I say that is if you do that, the next round you potentially could still be rolling 2 dice, one at 4 for the cruiser and one at 2 for the battleship. Otherwise, you would be rolling, only 1 4 for the battleship, and I think you'd rather roll a 4 and a 2 than just 1 4. If I'm wrong on that, though, let me know. We can adjust it if we need to. So that would be the damage there, but they're going to get to shoot back. So what they're going to roll back is a 2 for the destroyer and a 4 for that cruiser and a 4 for the battleship. So a 2, a 4, and a 4. Okay, and there are 2 hits. Okay, 2 hits on me. So what am I going to take if I have 2 hits against me? I think certainly one of them is going to be the destroyer. And the second hit, I would take... I think I would take the... Would I take the fighter or would I take the sub? The sub has a chance to surprise strike something. I'm going to take the fighter, believe it or not. Or should I? I don't know. I'll go back and forth on that. No, I'll keep the fighter. We'll take the sub. Okay, so sub is gone. Okay. So now I have 3 3s to roll. Okay. So 3 3s. And I need to get 2 hits. There's 2 hits. Okay. So that's going to take out the battleship and the cruiser. The question is, how much damage are they going to do? So now you've got a 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4. Nothing. Nice. That's a nice break for me. Okay. So the battleship is out of there. Cruiser is out of there. And these planes have 3 remaining in their gas gauges when it's time to land them. Okay, so that takes care of 110 and 111. Okay, we've still got France and Yugoslavia to do. Might as well go ahead and do Yugoslavia. So let's see what I've got here. So this tactical bomber was going to go 1, 2, as he's marked there. The green arrows, that's him. So he'll have 2 left. Okay. And this tank and infantry were going to come in from Romania. The tank from Poland was going to go 1 into Slovakia, 2 into Yugoslavia. So that takes care of him. And then this tank from Slovakia, he's also going to come in there. Okay. And then these infantry, these 2 infantry from Slovakia are coming in. And then this, these guys here in southern Germany, there are 2 artillery here that are coming in to Yugoslavia. And all of these infantry, because they can't do anything else. So there's 6 infantry from southern Germany are all coming into Yugoslavia. Okay. And I think that takes care of the markers I had there. So what Yugoslavia has for defense is, of course, the 5 standing army. And so let me go ahead and grab the dice here for what I've got. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got the 2 artillery. So that's 2 at 2. I've got 2 infantry that combined arms get bumped up to 2. And then I have 7 more infantry at 1. And then I've got 3 tanks at 3. So I just need, oh, sorry. I also have the tactical bomber. So let's throw in, he's attacking with the tank, so he gets a 4. Okay. So I need 5 hits. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 hits, okay? So that's going to leave 1 defender once we're done. So they're going to roll 5, though, at 2 for defense. Let me grab one more die. Okay. 5 at 2. They got 1 hit. Okay. So 1 hit, so I'm going to lose one of my guys. I'll just take a chip out. And I could technically retreat if I wanted to. But you know what? I think I want to take this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll roll the last little bit here. So I've got the 3... I'm just going to roll the 3 tanks and the tactical bomber and see if I get the hit there. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so I don't need to roll all the rest. So these guys are gone. Okay, that's going to become German. All of this stuff is parked here in Yugoslavia. This plane, of course, is going to have to land elsewhere. Okay. Then we are on to France and southern France, I suppose. Okay. So let me go ahead and pause this and I'll show you what's coming in. Okay. So here's what's coming into France. So from Holland, we have, of course, the 2 artillery. I'm gonna put these on the battle board because I've already laid out the French defenders here on the battle board. So we've got the 2 artillery, then we have 4 infantry, 2 of which are going to get bumped up to 2. The other 2 are going to be down on 1. Okay, we've got our 3 tanks from Holland that are coming into France. Okay, and then from Western Germany, there's another artillery coming in. And there are 3 infantry and 3 mechanized infantry coming in. And maybe I'll adjust the pairing right now. So I'm going to actually bump up the mechanized infantry paired with the 3 artillery. Not that it matters for rolling, but just when it comes to casualties. That's how I may prefer to do it. And then these tanks, not all of them though. I'm taking one of these tanks. I went back and forth whether I should take 2 tanks or 1 tank, or, but I think this is what I've ended up with. Actually, yeah, that's what I've ended up with. Okay, So what we've got here, the anti-aircraft gun, I have no planes coming in. But I've got, let me pause this and I'll grab the dice. Okay, and hopefully I brought enough into France. I mean, it's always a little iffy. But, so what I've got is I've got 7 at 1, 7 infantry. I've got 6 at 2, the 3 mechs and the 3 artillery. I've got 4 tanks, 4 at 3. So here we go. Battle for France. Okay, not bad. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, kind of off screen there. We have 7 hits. Okay, we've got 7 hits. So we're going to start. I think that's easy enough. 1 for the anti-aircraft gun and 6 infantry. That's the 7. Okay, so for return fire for defense, what we're going to have is the 6 infantry at 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus the other 2 for the artillery, plus the 2 tanks, plus the fighter. So here's France's defense. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Okay. There are 5 hits there. Okay. So I'm going to take off 5 of my infantry. There we go. Okay, so these are gone. So, okay, if we go to round 2 now. So now I have 2 at 1. I still have my 6 at 2. That's 6 at 2, and my 4 at 3. Okay. And I'm hoping for 5 hits would be really nice. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got 4 hits. So that's going to be everything but the fighter. Okay, but they get to fire back. So let's go ahead and let them fire back. So they're going to be 2 at 2, 2 at 3, 1 at 4. Okay. France's defense. 3 hits. Okay, that's not bad. So I'm going to lose 2 more infantry, and I'll lose a mech. Okay. All right, so these are all now kaput. Okay, so I get to roll 5 at 2. And 4 at 3. I just need 1 hit. Got it. More than enough. Okay. And then the French fighter gets to roll 1 back. You got another hit. Okay, so we're going to lose... Trying to decide if I should lose the mech or the artillery. I'm going to lose the mech. Okay. So that's done. So what we've got left in France is 4 tanks, mechanized infantry, and 3 artillery. And I'll just put them back on there. I've already downgraded the factory. It starts out major, but I figured I'd put it on the board as a minor. Just assuming that it would not last. Okay. So the only thing left now is southern France. And here's the idea in southern France. So this fighter in Hungary, 1 into southern Germany, 2 into northern Italy, 3 into southern France. He'll have 1 left. That's what we're marking there. Okay. And then the 2 tanks, 1, 2, coming into there. And the mechanized infantry from western Germany, 1 into northern Italy, 2 into southern France. Okay, so this is a long video. I apologize, guys. Okay, so let me pause this, gather up the dice. Okay, so I've got 1 at 1 and 3 at 3. And I need 3 hits. Okay, I got 3 hits. Nice. Okay, the defense roll is 3 dice at 2 for Southern France. There are 2 hits there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lose a mech and a tank. And that's enough to be able to take Southern France with the tank. Okay. My battery is running out, so I'm going to have to hurry here. Let me pause this and we'll land some planes and so forth. Okay, my phone was at 3%. I had to plug it in for a minute. And I'm almost out of video space too. I have 5 minutes of video left before I'm out of space, so I better hurry. Okay. We're going to go ahead and land some stuff and non-combat some stuff. So, of course, these planes that were in London bombing, they have to come back and land in Holland, Belgium. Okay, that takes care of them. This anti-aircraft gun from Western Germany is going to just move 1 space into Holland, Belgium. One of the anti-aircraft guns is going to move 1 space into France, non-combat. 5 of the infantry in Berlin are going to get railed 1, 2 into Holland. Okay. And then that takes care of that arrow. These 3 artillery are just going to move 1 into Western Germany. Okay. And this plane in Southern France, he has to land in Northern Italy. This plane that has 2 in Yugoslavia, he can go 1 into Northern Italy, 2 land in Western Germany. Actually, you know what he'll do instead? He's going to go 1, 2 and land in Southern Italy. That's what he's going to do. He's going to end up there in Southern Italy. Okay, so we moved those. This guy in Romania is going to non-combat move into Bulgaria. And he's going to claim that standing army there. So there were a standing army of 4. With the guy that walked in, there are now 5 there. Okay. Something similar up here in Finland. This guy's going to walk in and claim the standing army in Finland. There were 4 in Finland. The guy that walked in, now there's 5. Okay. This transport here in 114 is going to pick up 2 guys and move into 113 and drop them in Norway. Okay. And then, let's see. That may be about it for there. These, I'm going to move these 2 guys in Germany are going to just walk into Western Germany. This guy in Poland is going to walk into Germany. Okay. And I think, okay, I got to land these. So these ones in 110 are going to go 1 into Holland, 2, they're going to land in Western Germany. And these 3 up in 111, similar, they're also going to land in Western Germany. Okay, I think that takes care of pretty much everything there. Still need to do recap, do the income, but I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'm probably gonna actually have to do a second video because my phone's out of space. All right. I deleted a bunch of stuff. Hopefully I've got enough space now to do this. So let's do income. So we took France, which is 4, Southern France, which is 3, so that's 7. Yugoslavia is 2 more, so that's 9. Bulgaria is 1 more, so that's 10. And then Finland is 2 more, so that makes 12. Okay. So that's going to bump us up from 30 up to 42. And I guess France would go down 7. That would put them at 12. Okay. And let's see, as far as national objectives go, so our base is at 42. I think the only 2 objectives I'm getting are these. Europe Axis are not at war with the Soviets, and Germany controls both Denmark and Norway, while Sweden is neither pro-Allied nor Allied controlled. So I get 10 for that. So that takes me from 42 up to 52. And then, of course, I get the 19 from France. So 52, that would be 71, plus the 4 that I held over from last time. So Germany has 75. Let me just pause it and grab that. Okay, so Germany has 75 that they're going to carry over till next time. And of course, I'm taking away France's money. Put it back in the bank here. Okay. I should place my units. So the bomber that I built, I'm going to build that in Western Germany. The fighter that I built, I'm also going to build that in Western Germany. And that's all that I built. Of course, I advanced my tech. That cost me 4. Okay. I think we're ready to do a recap of where everything is, disposition of forces. So let's just start on this side of the board and we'll go east. So I have 2 subs in 106. In C-Zone 110, I have a damaged battleship and a submarine. In C-Zone 113, I have a cruiser and a transport. In Holland, Belgium, I've got 5 infantry, an anti-aircraft gun, 2 strategic bombers, 1 fighter. In France itself, I have 4 tanks, 3 artillery, 1 mechanized infantry, 1 anti-aircraft gun. I can't remember if I mentioned Holland also has an anti-aircraft gun in it. So fly over it, G.I. Joe. Let me shoot at you. Southern France has 1 tank. Northern Italy has 1 fighter. Southern Italy has 1 tactical bomber. And as you can tell, I have not set up Italy yet. I haven't set up Soviets yet. I haven't set up Japan or US yet. I'm getting to it. But Western Germany, so I have 1, 2, I see 2 fighters, and 1, 2, 3, 4 tactical bombers, 1 strategic bomber, 1 anti-aircraft gun, 3 artillery, 2 infantry. I think that's everything in Western Germany. I have 2 infantry in Denmark. I have 4 infantry in Norway. I have 5 infantry in Finland. Berlin itself, I've got 3 infantry, 3 anti-aircraft guns. Poland, I have 2 infantry. Yugoslavia, I have, 2, 4, 6, 8 infantry, 2 artillery, 3 tanks. Bulgaria, I have 5 infantry. And I think that is everything. I think I've covered it all here. So this should be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it. I know that the guys that I'm playing with are way more skilled at this than I am, but at least I feel like I've had a decent start. So on to the Soviets. So thanks guys for watching. Sorry this is so long. Talk to you later.